For centuries, the islands of Japan were home to a warrior class known as the samurai. Armed with razor-sharp katanas and clad in ornate armor, they were the epitome of strength, discipline, and honor. From the age of 7, boys born into samurai families began their rigorous training in swordsmanship, archery, and hand-to-hand combat. As adults, samurai served their local lords, known as daimyo, with unwavering devotion, ready to lay down their lives at a moment's notice. Their loyalty was not merely a matter of duty, but a deeply ingrained belief system that permeated every aspect of their lives. Feudal Japan was a land of constant warfare and shifting alliances. Powerful daimyo vied for control of territory, their armies clashing in epic battles that could last for days. Samurai were the backbone of these armies, their martial prowess often tipping the scales of victory in favor of their lords. They were also expected to be cultured and refined, skilled in calligraphy, poetry, and the tea ceremony. This blend of martial prowess and artistic sensibility made them unique among the warrior classes of the world. The Bushido code was not merely a set of rules, but a way of life that permeated every aspect of a samurai's existence. It emphasized honor above all else, dictating that a samurai should prefer death to dishonor. This unwavering commitment to honor led to the practice of seppuku, ritual suicide by disembowelment. The relationship between a samurai and his lord was one of mutual respect and obligation, a bond forged in the fires of battle and strengthened through years of service. A samurai's armor, known as yoroi, was more than just protection in battle. It was a symbol of his status, his clan, and his personal aesthetic. Unlike the heavy plate armor of European knights, yoroi was designed for flexibility and mobility. It was constructed from hundreds, sometimes thousands, of individual plates of lacquered iron or leather, meticulously laced together with silk or leather cords. This unique construction allowed the samurai to move freely, essential for the swift maneuvers of Japanese warfare. The kabuto, or helmet, was perhaps the most recognizable part of the samurai's yoroi. Often adorned with elaborate crests and ornaments, the kabuto served both a practical and a symbolic purpose. It protected the samurai's head from blows, while also intimidating his enemies and announcing his presence on the battlefield. The crests, known as mandate, were particularly distinctive, ranging from animal horns and mythical creatures to abstract shapes and family emblems. The do, or cuirass, was the central piece of the samurai's yoroi, protecting his torso from both piercing and slashing attacks. Like the kabuto, it was constructed from numerous small plates of lacquered iron or leather, meticulously laced together to provide both protection and flexibility. The do was designed to be worn with a separate set of shoulder guards, or sode, which protected the samurai's upper arms and shoulders from cuts. The sode were typically large and rectangular, extending from the shoulder to the elbow, and sometimes even beyond. No weapon is more synonymous with the samurai than the katana. This single-edged, curved sword was much more than just a tool of war. It was considered the soul of the samurai, a symbol of his honor, his power, and his very essence. The katana's curved blade, honed to a razor-sharp edge, was designed for both cutting and thrusting, making it a versatile weapon in the hands of a skilled swordsman. To wield a katana was to hold the power of life and death in one's hands, a responsibility that samurai took very seriously. The creation of a katana was a highly specialized art form, passed down through generations of swordsmiths who dedicated their lives to perfecting their craft. These artisans were not mere metalworkers. They were considered artists and spiritual guides, their work imbued with a sense of reverence and tradition. Swordsmiths used a special type of steel, known as tamahagani, which was renowned for its strength, flexibility, and ability to hold a sharp edge. The resulting steel was then carefully sorted and graded, with only the highest quality pieces selected for use in katana blades. The forging of a katana blade was a mesmerizing dance of fire and steel, a symphony of hammer blows and quenching hisses. The swordsmith would heat the tamahagani to a high temperature, then hammer it relentlessly, folding it over and over again to remove impurities and create a layered structure. Each fold served to refine the steel further, driving out impurities and aligning the grain structure for maximum strength and resilience. The final step was the quenching process, in which the blade was heated once more and then rapidly cooled in water or oil. Samurai typically carried two swords as a set, known as daisho, which consisted of a katana, the longer sword, and a wakizashi, a shorter companion blade. The katana was the samurai's primary weapon, used for combat and duels, while the wakizashi served as a backup weapon and a tool for close-quarters fighting or ritual suicide. The wakizashi, though shorter than the katana, was no less deadly. Samurai trained extensively in the use of both swords, learning to transition seamlessly between the two depending on the situation. Before the katana rose to prominence, the yumi, a longbow unique to Japan, reigned supreme on the battlefield. This powerful weapon, often taller than a man, was the samurai's weapon of choice for centuries, its arrows capable of piercing armor and felling enemies from afar. The yumi's power and accuracy earned it a fearsome reputation, striking fear into the hearts of enemies who knew it only by the whisper of its release. Unlike the symmetrical bows of other cultures, the yumi was strikingly asymmetrical, with the grip situated well below the center of the bow. The creation of a yumi was a time-consuming and labor-intensive process, requiring a deep understanding of both the materials and the techniques involved. Master bowyers were highly respected figures, their skills passed down through generations of apprentices who learned to coax strength and flexibility from the bamboo. The selection of the bamboo itself was crucial, with bowyers carefully examining each stalk for its straightness, flexibility, and resilience. Once the bow was shaped, it was then meticulously lacquered and bound with rattan or birch bark to enhance its durability and water resistance. The yumi was a formidable weapon on foot, but it truly came into its own when wielded from horseback. Mounted samurai archers were a force to be reckoned with, capable of raining down arrows on enemy formations with devastating speed and precision. They trained relentlessly to master the art of horseback archery, learning to shoot accurately while controlling their mounts at a gallop. The sight of a mounted samurai archer, his yumi drawn and ready, was enough to strike fear into the hearts of even the most seasoned warriors. The naginata, a pole weapon with a curved blade at its tip, held a unique place in the arsenal of feudal Japan. More than just a spear, it possessed a versatility that made it effective in the hands of both skilled samurai and female warriors alike. Its long reach and curved blade allowed for a combination of sweeping cuts, thrusts, and parries, making it a formidable weapon against both infantry and cavalry. Its ability to bridge the gap between a spear's reach and a sword's cutting power made it a valuable asset on the constantly shifting battlefields of feudal Japan. While the katana was generally considered the weapon of the samurai class, the naginata held a special significance for women of the warrior class. Its length provided a tactical advantage, allowing a smaller combatant to keep a larger opponent at bay. Women trained rigorously in its use, developing techniques that emphasize speed, agility, and leverage to overcome their opponents. Women warriors, often tasked with defending their homes and families, found in the naginata a weapon that embodied both strength and grace, a testament to their spirit and their fighting prowess. Though the days of samurai warfare are long gone, the naginata has not faded into obscurity. It continues to be practiced as a martial art, known as naginata jutsu, preserving the techniques and traditions of the past while also evolving to meet the needs of the present. Modern-day practitioners, both men and women, find in naginata jutsu a challenging and rewarding discipline that develops physical fitness, mental focus, and a deep connection to Japanese culture. The legacy of the naginata lives on, not just as a weapon of war, but as a tool for self-improvement and a bridge to the rich martial heritage of Japan. The samurai were more than just skilled warriors. They were guided by a strict moral code known as Bushido, which translates to the way of the warrior. This code was not a written set of laws, but rather a collection of principles, beliefs, and ethical guidelines that permeated every aspect of a samurai's life. It emphasized honor, loyalty, courage, self-discipline, and a profound respect for life, even in the face of death. Bushido evolved over centuries, influenced by Zen Buddhism, Confucianism, and the practical realities of life in feudal Japan. At the heart of Bushido lay three core values: honor, loyalty, and courage. Honor was paramount, considered more valuable than life itself. A samurai was expected to live and die by a strict code of conduct, always striving to act in a way that would bring honor to himself and his family. Loyalty was equally important, binding the samurai to his lord with an unbreakable bond. A samurai was expected to serve his lord with unwavering devotion, even unto death. Perhaps the most well-known aspect of Bushido is the practice of seppuku, a form of ritual suicide by disembowelment. Seppuku was a way for a samurai to die with honor, to atone for a grave transgression, or to prove his loyalty. The act was highly ritualized, reflecting the samurai's self-control and acceptance of fate. It was a final act of defiance, maintaining honor and control over destiny. Though shocking to modern sensibilities, it offers a glimpse into the complex nature of Bushido. Beyond the battlefield, the samurai at home. Samurai lives encompassed a broad spectrum of activities and responsibilities. They were expected to be cultured and refined, well-versed in arts and philosophy. Their homes reflected their dual roles as warriors and scholars. The samurai's home was a sanctuary, a place to escape war pressures. Gardens provided a tranquil escape from military training. A life of discipline, training, study, and refinement. From a young age, samurai were instilled with a deep sense of discipline, their lives structured around rigorous training, intellectual pursuits, and the cultivation of moral character. Swordsmanship, archery, and horsemanship were paramount, honed through years of dedicated practice. Samurai trained not just their bodies, but also their minds, learning to remain calm and focused even in the heat of battle. Study was equally important, with samurai expected to be well-versed in history, literature, calligraphy, and strategy. They studied classic texts such as The Art of War by Sun Tzu, seeking wisdom and guidance from the masters of the past. Calligraphy, more than just a means of communication, was considered an art form, a way to cultivate patience, precision, and a connection to the spiritual realm. The art of tranquility, finding peace in ritual. Samurai found solace in rituals like the tea ceremony, known as chanoyu. Chanoyu emphasized harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. Every movement was imbued with meaning, a reminder of interconnectedness. The tea ceremony provided a space for quiet contemplation. The legacy of the samurai, an enduring fascination. The samurai captivate the imagination of people around the world. Their story is one of courage, discipline, and honor. Their legacy lives on in Japanese martial arts, traditional arts and crafts, and Bushido's influence on modern society. Section 2. Cultural crossroads, influences from abroad. While the samurai are often seen as quintessentially Japanese, their culture and traditions were shaped by centuries of interaction with other cultures, particularly China and Korea. Buddhism, which originated in India and spread throughout Asia, had a profound impact on Japanese spirituality, influencing everything from art and literature to philosophy and ethics. The Zen school of Buddhism, with its emphasis on meditation, self-discipline, and enlightenment through direct experience, resonated deeply with the samurai class. Chinese writing systems, particularly kanji, became an integral part of the Japanese language, providing a means to record their own history, literature, and philosophical thought. Chinese political systems and administrative practices also influenced the development of Japan's feudal system, though the samurai, with their unique code of honor and loyalty, added their own distinct flavor to the mix. The samurai spirit echoes in the modern world. The samurai spirit lives on in modern Japan and beyond. Bushido values, adapted for modern life, offer guidance in a world often lacking honor, loyalty, and discipline. Hard work, perseverance, and self-improvement are seen in Japan's strong work ethic. Martial arts like kendo, aikido, and judo attract millions worldwide. These arts emphasize discipline, respect, and self-mastery, preserving the samurai legacy.